Hello everyone, welcome to Get My Class. Today we are going to solve this question which says organisms in juvenile phase are characterized by, and the options are option A, absence of growth, and option B, presence of reproduction ability, option C, absence of reproduction ability, and option D, completion of reproductive phase. So let us understand the question. The question says organisms in the juvenile phase are characterized by. So what do you understand by juvenile phase? So during the life cycle of any organism, there are three phases. The first one is called as the juvenile phase. So juvenile phase is the first phase in any organism's life cycle. Okay, so juvenile phase is the first phase. And the second phase is called as the reproductive phase. Okay, and the third one is called as the senescent phase. Senescent phase or senescence phase, you can say. Now, what do you mean by juvenile phase? So this is the phase where we can talk about, or we can include the time between the birth till its sexual maturity. Okay, till the organism attains sexual maturity, it is called as juvenile phase. The juvenile phase is the time period from the time the organism takes its birth till it attains sexual maturity. That is what is called as juvenile phase. Though it attains sexual maturity, but it cannot reproduce. So here, no reproduction. No reproduction. Because once it attains sexual maturity, it will immediately enter the reproductive phase. That is the next phase. The reproductive phase, as the name indicates, here the organism is capable of reproducing its own kind. That is, it can reproduce its offsprings. Okay. Whereas the third phase, once the reproductive phase is completed, then the organism enters the senescence phase, during which the organism will undergo aging, and finally it will die. So death occurs in this phase. Okay. So these are the three major phases. Again, in this phase, that is senescence phase, there is no reproduction. Okay. During aging process, there is no reproduction. Okay. Now, here during juvenile phase, there is growth of the organism which occurs, like from the birth, the organism has to grow, right, till it attains sexual maturity. Okay. But as I mentioned, there is no reproduction which takes place here. Whereas in case of reproductive phase, there is reproduction. Whereas in case of senescent phase, there is no reproduction. So let us look at the option. The question is asking organisms in juvenile phase are characterized by. Now option A says absence of growth. But in case of juvenile phase, there is growth, right? Because the organism has to grow from its birth till it keeps on growing till it attains its sexual maturity. And further, even after reproductive phase, it has to age, like it undergoes aging process. Okay, so hence it says absence of growth, which is wrong because during juvenile phase there is growth. Then option B, presence of reproductive ability. So during juvenile phase there is no reproduction, and hence option B is ruled out. Option C, absence of reproductive or reproduction ability. Yes, during juvenile phase, there is no reproduction. Hence, option C should be the right answer. Now, let us look into the option B. Option B says completion of reproductive phase. No, during juvenile phase, it does not complete the reproductive phase. It can't even reproduce. So, hence, option D is also ruled out. So, what is the correct answer? So, let us conclude. The answer is option C. Okay, option C is the right answer. That is nothing but absence of reproductive phase. So that is the right answer. I hope you all understood the explanation. Thank you, everyone.